Alrighty, we're back. We're right back with some more Earl and Cheese. It's me, it's Cheese. And we got more Minecraft for you. More Minecraft Bedrock. We're just doing a little bit excavating, a little bit of stuff at the old quarry. I got some stuff to show y'all. So, without further ado, just take all that out. And let's get right into some Minecraft, guys. How about that? Minecraft time. And boom. Yeah, there we go. We are back. So very back. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? Not quite yet. Hang on. Let's get some audio going. It's probably fine, right? Probably right about there. Okay. How loud is this? Loud enough. What do we have here? Oh, we have brick. Crap.
Back like a butt crack, lol.
Back like a butt crack, man. You're so right. You're so back. So very back. You know what? I should take this and take this back to the quarry with me. Yeah, we're back and we're here in the realm in beautiful planet Earlth.
Did I tell you I had to return my PS5?
You had to return it? Why'd you return it? Yeah, we're here at the quarry.
I got a new one today, cheeky smiley face.
Mm-hmm. Why'd you get a new one? What happened to the old one?
My old one had a liquid metal defect.
Liquid metal defect? Huh. That's interesting. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So, by the way, this is the last little bit.
The old one was covered by warranty due to the defect being caused by the liquid metal cooling system failing.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. It's part of the cooling system. But check it out. With these last couple of blocks, we will almost be done with this massive... Oh, and there he goes. Bubble elevator that we're making. Bubble elevator. Sorry. Bubble elevator. Bubble elevator. That is a little bit of a mouthful right there. It is a bubble elevator. Which, oh, look, there's that mage dude. Look, check this out, dude.
I think your next build should be an automatic pumpkin pie farm in the shape of a pumpkin kappa.
Dude, that'd be wicked. Look at this guy, by the way. Check him out. This is a new wandering merchant. The Wandering Wizard. And you can sell him mana motes. So I'm going to have to go by the house and go get some mana motes. But apparently he also can sell you stuff back. And then I don't know how this all works, but he has a level system.
Wanderzard.
The Wanderzard. Wanderzard. The Wanderzard. Yeah. And, yeah, I'm going to try to see what I can buy from that dude because it sounds pretty dope. Okay, so what do we want to do?
The Wizanderer.
The Wizanderer. He's one of them Wizanderers. He's one of them Wizanderers. I do reckon. Okay, I think. Boom. Yes. Oh, and then here, go ahead and do this.
Oh snap, he is a Alan Wizanderer from the UFO.
From the UFO? He's one of them aliens. He better not be one of them aliens. I don't know.
He really does have a cool model, though.
Yeah, I do like his model. He's a cool dude for sure. Faux show. And then okay, so tell you what, that's that. Now we just go back. Oh, you know what? I guess all the way back down. All the way back down. And then we're going to need signs. We're going to need a lot of signs. Let's make 12 signs. That should be plenty. Plenty of signs. Okay, we're going to need all of the kelp. Or at least, like, that's probably fine. Just maybe, like, just 3 stacks. 2 buckets. Oh, look, he's down here. I can put this away. And the glass. And then I want to get, well, I guess it's fine. Doesn't really need that. Just for right now, I just want to get this operational. Okay. Boom. That should be everything. Oh, whoa. Oh no. I am missing something. I am missing something. It's okay. We'll just have to get it from, oh, you know what? Boom. Boom. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Now check this out. Check this out. If you're not paying attention, you should be paying attention right now. This is where it gets fun. So let me do a little bit of explaining real quick. Just a tad bit of explaining. So here we are on the bottom of the quarry. So quarry is very important, right? Quarry is where all the stone comes from. Right now, all of my roofs are deep slate. So, like, I've been having to get a lot of deep slate. So, like, quarry is life. Quarry supplies a lot of the building blocks for the world. And it's survival, right? So I have to get all this stuff myself. While mining, I've also found a lot of lava. Now, I used to have to just block up all the lava and get rid of it somehow. I decided at some point to start saving it. So I built this whole thing in the middle. This is a ginormous lava cell where I've built these layers going all the way up, holding in layer upon layer of lava. And this works pretty well for storing it. It's actually very easy to get to the lava, to be able to store it and to withdraw it. So I can put lava in, and then I can build up. And look at this. It goes all the way up. Look at this fucking immense amount of space in here. It's pretty baffling. And I've already made quite a bit of work of all the lava. Like, there's just so much. And you know what? To be honest, I don't know exactly why. Like, part of it is for fuel. I know lava's good fuel, but then I just don't want to destroy all the lava. So, like, it's just kind of satisfying to, like, drain it out of pockets of lava and bring it over to here and put it in here. And then it gives this really cool effect of, like, having lava going all the way up on the sides. I don't know. I think it'll light up this whole area really well. Anyway, I think it's nice and cool. So it's nice and cool and fun and things, and then I can just go all the way to the bottom. But then here is the really fun part. We now have working bubble elevators at the quarry. And I could use a little bit of signage, I guess, but you can actually see the direction of the bubbles. I mean, it's not that hard, right? So here's up. Boom. Look at this. Boom. I just went so far up in such little distance. Here. Oh, almost went back down. Look at that. Look at how far away Bedrock is. And I went all the way up in the bubble elevator. And it worked perfectly. So now, what I did too is I did this. I have these 2 layers. And I don't know, the reason being is because this is the old Bedrock level. This is where Bedrock used to be, right here. And then, obviously, Caves and Cliffs changed things. And then Bedrock went all the way down there. So I have this kind of like weird level here where I haven't completely finished my...
Hey, cheese.
Whatever. Hey, Garrett. How's it going? Good to see you. It's so good to see you. How you been doing? Let's go ahead and plop this stuff down. It is very good to see you, my friend. I hope you've been doing well. Oh, that's right. We don't need that. We don't need that. Don't need that. Okay.
Doing good, man. Me and the wife just finished playing Mario Party 4 on the GameCube.
Hell yeah. Mario Party 4, man. GameCube Mario Parties were great. And the Wii ones. Fun. That's awesome. Mario Party is a great game to play together. I actually just got done. Basically done. I'm pretty much done now. I mean, there's always some more stuff to do, but like, I have been modding my Wii, and so I've got a crap ton of mods applied to the Wii and emulators, and all of my ROM backups. And dude, it's so much fun. I've got so many GameCube and Wii games, and they're all back up now.
She almost won, but the CPU got more coins right at the last 3 turns and got 2 of the bonus stars, haha.
Ah, dang. Them CPUs, man. They ain't playing around. Oh. I hate this part. I'm gonna start drowning. Come on. Oh, yeah, I knew I wasn't that far. Alright.
That does sound cool, though your game's backed up in your Wii.
Yeah, like, the nice thing is, so, here's the setup. It's crazy. I've got a 1 terabyte internal hard drive that I've got repurposed to connect up to the Wii. And I've got all of my ROMs backed up on the hard drive. And I can load them straight onto the Wii and play them from the hard drive. And we just got new Wii remotes because our old ones were busted and bad. And it's crazy. It works just so well. Like, I don't know. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did, but like, if you have a Wii, it is like hands down one of the best things that you can do. Like, there's really no point in not modding your Wii. If you have a Wii, you should mod it. I mean, speaking of which, if you have a GameCube, you should mod it. It's actually not too hard. Well, I say that. It is actually now. It's a little bit more... It's more expensive. It's expensive to mod the Wii. But there's actually some very decent ways to do it. That don't, break the bank. And actually, anybody that ever needs any help, you just let me know. All right, boom, and then.
Oh, that sounds fun, and yeah, old Wii remotes. Sadly, they do get roughed up and don't work. Sometimes I have a Wii, but it's broken, so I can't pensive face.
Oh no! What happened to your Wii? It just crapped out on you. Alright, and then check it out. Boom! Oh my gosh. So this is nuts. Now I know it looks kind of ugly. It's not, meant to be anything too amazing. I mean, this is all very industrial stuff, right? For the quarry. But like now when I get to the quarry, which I guess I should still actually have like a little terminal right here. I don't really know. I don't know if I want to put a terminal here or take all of this terminal up and redo all this. I think I want to redo all this and then just have a path that comes to the quarry here. But either way, check this out. So you get up here to this like pavilion at the very top and then watch. Boom. It's as easy as this. I can just eat on the way down, too. I mean, I could eat on the way down before. But there you go. I'm halfway down.
I was moving it from my parents' house to my house, and I dropped it coming down the stairs, and it literally survived the fall. But I picked it up, and stuff was rattling inside, and now it won't work.
Yep. Damn. That blows, man. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is the way she goes. That is the way she goes. Well, it could be something small. There's no telling.
It's okay, no worries, was my fault.
Who knows, man? I mean, I'll tell you this. The reason that I know how to fix just about anything is because of the amount of things that I've broken. So, when it comes down to when things go wrong, it's like, it happens. It's just an opportunity, maybe to try to.
Lol, cheese, the repairman, I got you.
I mean, yeah, like, it's, honestly, it really is, like, I don't know. I'm not going to try to pat myself on the back, but I've figured a lot of shit out over the years, and it's just because I break things. Because I break things, and then not only that, but like I want to make things keep lasting. Things break down naturally. I want them to keep lasting, and so I figure out ways to do that. It's.
I understand you.
Yeah, it's a good thing to give a shot. And the nice thing is, like, I don't know, the thing for me, especially all these old consoles, like the gaming consoles, if you ever have like a problem with a gaming console and you think maybe I can try to fix it, like just go on the internet and just like look up guides. Like maybe not all the YouTube guides, because sometimes they're not always accurate. But I'll tell you this, like, people have been fixing these consoles for a long time. What's crazy that I realized the other day?
Okay.
The Wii is 20 years old now. It's 20 years old. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Wii came out.
That's crazy.
The Wii. Oh, right.
That means I'm getting old.
Oh, dude, I am so old. Is it 20? Yes. November 19th, 2006. I was 9. I was 9 years old. And me and my dad were outside of a Toys R Us waiting for the release, and it was my my early like Christmas present, because it was like the only thing I wanted. My parents were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Just the Wii. Just the Wii."
Oh, nice.
The Wii and some games. Actually, it released in November. I don't know if it said America, but like, I know like that was the big thing, is like it was right around Christmas time, It was either Best Buy or Toys R Us, and it might have been Best Buy actually, or GameStop. Might have been GameStop, or like EB Games when that was still a thing. But we waited outside that place for it to open up, and then like scrambled in and got one. It was crazy. Same with this is core memory for me. Back in the day of the Nintendo DS, I had Pokemon Diamond, I think it was Diamond. And they had an event through, I guess, a couple retailers. One of them was Toys R Us, where you could go to Toys R Us and you could connect up to a special Wi-Fi that they had at like a kiosk, and you could get a what's it called? Fanafy or whatever. The little blue dude, not the roll up dude. I can't remember what his name is. I don't want to look him up right now. But he was like a pseudo legendary. There was a movie about him, and he was like a weird pseudo legendary. And I just remember, like, my dad took me to the Toys R Us. We drove there, and I, like, got out, and I went to the kiosk with my DS in hand, and, like, waited there, and I, like, hit the button, and it's like, wah, 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 and it's like, ding, you got something, and I hit it, and I got, like, an egg, and I hatched this egg, and it had the Pokemon in it. And then you could breed them, and you could get another one. You could get a baby Pokemon from said dude, and you could expand your Pokedex a little bit. I don't know, it was just so integral. I loved that. That whole experience. I don't know. But, yeah, no, I do feel old. I feel so old. All the time. Alright, so now, God, it's going to be so much easier for us to get in and out of the quarry. I love this whole system. It's crazy how old this system is. This rail system. I mean, you can probably tell because the railway construction is kind of, I don't know. It doesn't fit the current aesthetic, if you will. But here we go. Into the rail network, which is not very expansive at all. You know what I don't ever do very much? Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Can actually go up through the mountain. This actually comes out a little bit right here. And then it just ends right up here. And there's this little pavilion that goes up, 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 and boom, and we're out. And this is where I need to make another building. This is where I need to make like a lookout tower or something up here on top of Mount Gunther. And then we have a path that leads down to Earl's cabin with the brand new deep slate. What are you guys doing? Jesus. Crazy cats. I had to rebuild her roof because her roof caught on fire. And her old wooden roof was all burnt out, all right here. And so I redid her whole roof. I think part of it was because it was a wooden roof, and I think there was a thunderstorm, and something got hit, and yeah, that was the end of it. So, but yeah,
He melting face.
Miner! He. How are you doing, Miner? It's good to see you. I know it's been a minute. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. I was gonna say something. Tired. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. You just get off. Or well, I hopefully not just now get off work, but check it out. Bubble elevator time. Oh wait. Ah, crap. Oh, you know what? It's fine. I can put this in my ender chest. That should be fine. There we go. At least with the bubble elevator, God. won't drown in it. It's very nice. Alright, so put that away. And then now it is time we start doing a little bit of mining. I just want to get a little bit of mining done. Now, also, I want to see... Actually, I guess this was... Yes, this was... Okay, I already drained out lava from here. Oh, and then actually... Crap. So... Oh, I didn't finish. Oh, that's right. I remember why. Because it wigged out on me. It wigged out and I lost progress. Oh, and I don't even have all the stuff I need. God. What am I doing? Let's get, like, 3 stacks of scaffolding. Okay. And, yeah. Let's go. So this is the play. This is what we do. This is how we do it here at the, Earl and Cheese compound or whatever. This is how I get it done. That's how I get my stuff done. You know what I mean? So we're just gonna mine out all of this deep slate, level by level, and that's it. Very, very engaging stuff. Oh, and then I'd like do weird random things like that. Ooh, how crazy. Then I almost like break all the scaffolding because I'm dumb sometimes. Let's also do that. Yeah, okay. And then I like to keep all this lit up, so let's go ahead and put some torches down. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about, I don't know, just kind of all the stuff that I've been doing lately. Because I've just been on a retro gaming modding streak. And I've been looking for fan translations, and I've been trying to complete some of my kind of like retro ROM collections, if you will. Bad news. I actually, Ham, I don't know if you knew this, but Miriant, the ROM hosting service, the website or whatever, is shutting down at the end of this month. So in about 2 weeks from now, they're shutting down. Supposedly because of the cost of hosting the servers, as well as the lack of, obviously, of donations to help offset it. It's very sad because obviously I've benefited a lot from Miriant, and services like that have made it very accessible to get some of these games that, honestly, I don't know how else I would. You know what I mean? Besides some shady links on the internet. So very sad day to see that Miriant is going. However, I am sure something else will come up in its absence. You know, that's just how these things roll. You take one down, you cut one head off the Hydra, and 9 grow back or whatever. That's just the way it works. And then also, there's no telling if Miriant might come back in a different way or whatever with new backing. And I'm sure that enough people have downloaded all of these ROMs that, yeah, I mean, we should be fine. Also, oh yeah, 45 stream streak. Dang, Miner. I didn't realize you were on a 45 stream streak. That's crazy, bro. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here for all these streams, Oh. Goodness, I am so sorry. Sitting down playing Minecraft has got me relaxed. Okay, there we go. I know it hasn't been hard to keep up with the streams as of lately because I haven't been streaming. But I assure you, I'll be changing that. I'll be getting back into trying to be more regular, you know. I want to actually get through some of these games. Like beat Emerald Dragon, as well as Zelda and Chibi Robo. I'm sure you guys want to see more of that stuff as well. Man, I feel like I might be getting sick. My throat hurts. I wasn't that high up. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, what was I saying? I was saying something. I don't know. I think my main thing was just I've been really enjoying, at least lately, just been having the ability to download these ROMs while I still can, and play some of these really fun ones. I know one series that I'm actually really looking forward to.
Well, I'm gonna head to bed, cheese. Good night, buddy. Have a great rest of the stream. Bye.
Okie dokie. Well, you have a good night, man. Hope to see you again sometime in another stream. I know I'll be back soon. But yeah, hope you have a good rest of the night. Oh, I will do so. Might need to get another Coke, actually. Maybe even a cup of coffee, honestly, because I'm gonna have to stay up. Earl's working until midnight tonight. She's on the night shift. And it is currently 10:43.
I'm still here, laughing face.
Cool. Okay, good. Well, yeah, I'll be here until she gets home, so I'm not going anywhere. But it's late. It is late. But yeah, I guess I was just, I was just saying I've been enjoying... Oh, yeah, so there's this series. Sorry, I remember.
Just waiting on Tekken 8 to finish downloading and fighting Vertigo.
Nice. Oh, Vertigo. Man. How come you got Vertigo, man? Just been feeling sick? Oh, I should use Fortune. Hang on. That really stinks, man.
Ever since I fell and hit my head on blacktop on February 7th, I've had vertigo when I lay down or sit up.
Shit. That's not good. That's really not good. Is that concussion?
Hey, it'll be alright, lol.
Hey. Hey. I feel like that's concussion, my dude. Which is not good. Very not good.
Possibly. But it do what it be.
Yup. But also, Don't hurt yourself any more than you've already hurt yourself. You have already hurt yourself. Cease now from further hurting yourself. That is my orders. Oh yeah, by the way, I downloaded that Jade Cocoon game that you're talking about for the PlayStation.
I do not recommend getting intoxicated and getting out of the back seat of a car, and instead of landing on your feet, landing on your head and neck exclusively.
Yeah, no, landing on your neck exclusively is a bad idea anyway. Absolutely.
Yeah, Jade Cocoon is cool, huh?
I haven't started it yet, but I've got it loaded up on my Steam Deck. It looks cool from what I've seen. I saw like the box art, some of the gameplay. I'll just have to check it out.
There is a sequel on the PS2 as well.
Cool. Okay. That's been my next. See, here's the thing: here's my current level of emulation.
Believe it or not, the sequel is called Jade Cocoon 2.
No way. Insane. That blows me away. But yeah, like, I don't know. I want to have access to all. Oh, you know what? Crap, I'm not done down here. To all of like the old classic retro ROMs, like the old stuff, like the late 80s, early 90s stuff. Because what I've realized is all of that is super small file size. So it's super easy.
If you are wanting to get into PS2 emulation, I recommend Ether SX2. It's PC SX2 if it was better optimized.
I'm gonna use my my PS3 because I can mod it and I can play PlayStation 2 games through the PS3. Except from what I understand, there might be a little bit of hardware limitations.
That works also.
There might be some hardware limitations from
I just use a PS2 cheeky smiley face.
Or that. But the main thing is like how fast it'll read or write. But to be honest, I've had a lot of success emulating the PS2 on the Steam Deck. It runs Kingdom Hearts just fine, which I find to be, I don't know, in my opinion. What am I doing?
I want a harder modder PS2 so I can run everything off of SD laughing face.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, that's kind of what I'm doing now with the PS3. I'm swapping. Or I already did swap. I have swapped the hard drive, and then I'm loading it up with PS3 Hen, and putting all of my mods, and then all of the PlayStation stuff. So PlayStation 1, 2, obviously I don't have any PS3 ROMs, but I have discs, so obviously I can play that. And then PSP as well. So all 4 of those consoles, all of the greats. Which PlayStation itself, like the PS1, is already such a fucking massive library. You know, I will never ever be able to play all the PlayStation games, especially the ones that I already have. PS2 library is also quite large. Very, very, very large.
Dude, on PSP you have to play Metal Gear Peace Walker and Tekken Dark Resurrection.
Yeah, I mean, tons of PSP games that I have never heard of, I don't really think. I mean, like, I know obviously Metal Gear, right? And I know Tekken, but I've never played like the PSP games or whatever. You know what I mean? I never had a PSP growing up. Never had a. I had a PlayStation. Never had a PS2. And I had a GameCube, and then ultimately a Wii. And then, funny enough, I think the Wii was the last console that I owned. My little brother had a 360. The last console that I owned as a child.
Tekken Dark Resurrection is a PSP exclusive, but dude, it is widely considered the best Tekken game of all time.
Okay.
I used to use my PSP to emulate Game Boy Advanced LMFAO.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. The earliest back that I can remember with emulation was playing the original Game Boy Pokemon games, because I wanted to play the like the OG games, like the Japanese games. I tried to figure it out, and I it's funny, I would play them. I couldn't remember like how I figured it out, but I knew where some of the stuff was, and I had ignored all the text, but I would figure out, like, I don't know, a little bit of it. Not the Japanese, but just like I could just go through and figure out which move was which or whatever. Either way, as a child, I got really into like the hex coding or whatever, like the hexadecimal codes, basically for like Game Shark codes. I think originally it was because I had a Game Shark. I think that's what it was. Is I had a Game Shark for DS. I think I had a DS Game Shark, which was dope. And I figured out how to give myself like access codes for some of the events for the Pokemon games, the Pokemon DS games. And then from there, I figured out that you could emulate games, right? On like a program.
My dad has some type of emulator and it plugs into the TV, but the only thing is I don't think you can save.
Oh.
The PSP was silly because you could run unsigned code with no home brewing on it if you knew what you were doing. So I would set up a Game Boy Advanced emulator and run it as a PSP game, so the PSP thought I put a Game Boy Advanced in the disk drive.
What are you guys doing? Hang on. Cats. See, you said he has an emulator he can play on, but he can't save. That sucks. The nice thing though is with emulators now, there's some very, very good work, like very easy to use and cheap to produce like options on the market. A lot of which revolves around buying electronics that normally you wouldn't use for emulation, and then actually getting it to work with something. I saw a guy on YouTube,
which always made me laugh, because in the PSP's little brain I inserted a whole Game Boy Advance in the disk slot for the UMD discs, and it just accepted that as fact, lol.
That's what computers do. But like this guy I was watching on YouTube, he took one of those on the ONN Walmart brand electronic it's like a streaming stick. It's like a Roku basically. But it's on brand, which is the, like I said, Walmart electronics. So, come on, brain. Come on. So the thing is, it runs Android, and so you can actually use like a file. Get out of here! You can actually use like a what's it called, some sort of file manager. Hang on a second. What are you doing? Oh, you're okay. Never mind. God. Crazy cats. Like destroying things. Sorry, you can use like a you could actually plug up like somehow with like an adapter. You can plug up a flash drive and you can load up like any size flash drive, and you can load up ROMs and programs to the flash drive, and then you can use like a file manager through like the Google Play Store to load to you download a file manager from the Google Play Store to then go into the USB drive. And then you can download, or you can download APKs to the USB drive beforehand, and then launch them from the USB drive, and then use those launch like RetroArch or whatever, and then use RetroArch to emulate all the games, and have all the storage on the USB drive, and then get like a Bluetooth controller. And it has Bluetooth capabilities built into it, and it can't emulate like newer stuff, but like all the way up to like the PlayStation. It can do PlayStation games, which is crazy, but it works. You know what I mean? And that's so many games already. Like the library up to then is already so huge. So I don't know. It's crazy what you can emulate with. Like I remember growing up, emulation was just still so.
Most computers in general in the modern day can do anything from Atari 2600 PS1.
Absolutely. That used to not be the case. Like I remember the computer that I grew up with. I mean, like it did not have the power to run. Definitely not PlayStation games. I remember trying to play PlayStation games on that computer and having to like scale it way down and like run down like I don't know, like I can't remember how I got it to work, but it was like I had to use I remember back in the day it was all plugins. And people made plugins for the ESPXE emulator, and there was like certain plugins you could download that would like turn down the rendering way down, and like the game would look like really sloppy. I don't know, it looked like really fuzzy or whatever, because it's not rendered properly. But you would actually be able to play it still, and I could play some games like that. But the majority of games that I would emulate obviously were like Game Boy games, and so I got really into emulating, especially the old Pokemon Game Boy games.
I remember emulating SNES for the first time, and my mind was blown. However, my biological dad had N64 emulation working, very clunky but working, in like 2001 on his old PC. I remember that fondly.
Yeah, and like that was, I mean, back in 2001, it was already so hard to get like working N64 stuff. Like even now, N64 emulation is still largely pretty clunky on a lot of games, just because like the whole system, I don't know, I looked at breakdowns before of like basically the setup of...
He was using ROM rips of N64 games to mod the code of them and add wrestlers from WCW games to the WWF games, lol.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. But yeah, like it took a lot to emulate the N64, because it was a very weird engine. The actual setup of the board, of the chipset on the board, I can't remember, and I don't want to say anything that's not true. I just remember something about it being very complicated, and not necessarily in a good way. More of in a way like Nintendo kind of just built a lot of stuff on top of each other. And I want to say there was a good amount of redundancy, as well as kind of trying to beef things up in certain ways, and like I don't know, like Nintendo 64 was a very, very controversial and rushed platform because they were trying to meet up to a lot of standards of the time, and they were trying to get in with the 3D crowd. It's crazy to think that largely the majority of gaming, I mean virtually all gaming, besides maybe like a select handful of games, up until the 64 and the PS1 were 2D games. I mean, that's basically all you had. You didn't have 3D games. I mean, maybe there's a couple, if you want to count like 3D rendered stuff, like stuff that had like 3D modeling. Technically, Star Fox, like the early SNES Star Fox was 3-dimensional because it rendered in a 3D plane. But the graphics themselves were not true 3D. It was still being produced on a flat plane. It was just made to look 3D, due to how it would render the lines and everything. We didn't get the
Still
real
to
true.
this day, some emulation of N64 is difficult because, for example, one stage on Mario Kart 64 had a giant replay screen on a mountain. There is a dedicated chip to do that in the N64, so
Gotcha.
emulating it is difficult due to the way that chip rendered the replay on the mountain screen, because it wasn't a replay, it was like the game was recreating your exact inputs to make the replay. Super weird.
Right. Yeah, like there was a lot of that on the N64 where like the way they rendered stuff was very hardware intensive, and it was kind of to a certain degree like I think it was more or less this. Like, hear me out. So they knew that they wanted to do certain things with the oh, look at that giant slime that just died. They wanted to do certain things with the N64, and they had certain like gimmicks, basically. Like they had a list of gimmicks that they wanted these games to be able to accomplish, like having mirrors and all these things, and having ways to render all this stuff so it looked more three-dimensional, and it could give the illusion of these like big 3D environments and everything. And so these games would they would use scenarios that would take advantage of that mechanic to showcase it, to hey, we can do this, see, look. And sometimes it'd be very subtle. But for instance, like this is a crazy thing.
I feel like
me.
Summities was also the first time they had done something, so it was like, how do we make a replay screen? And the game engineer in charge of that is like shrug and had to make it up.
Well, like a lot of times what they'll do with like the mirrors, like when there's like a if there's like a mirror in a game, it's not an actual mirror. It's an actual a whole separate room on the other side of basically that window that is a mirror of your current room. And then a lot of times, to be able to mirror the characters in the room, what happens is, like, especially with your character, they end up putting a second model of your character in that room that then, as you walk around that room, is actually taking your same inputs and inverting them, and in walking, the opposite directions, basically, or mirrored, in a sense. So maybe that's kind of what's going on in that scenario. Like, with the mirroring of like your own character or like whatever, and they could do that in real time because of that hardware. Because like your controller inputs would come in and they would be able to just completely mirror that to another part of the game and render those two things separately. Like once again, I'm doing a disservice of trying to explain all this stuff because I don't know everything I'm talking about. But it's something like that. It's along the lines of, and it's something like what you're talking about, Ham, where like somehow in the hardware for the actual N64 they have it laid out in a way that that's how they were able to produce these effects and everything, but it's also just difficult to emulate for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like it's structurally, like by the very nature of how the N64 is it's hard to reproduce. That's about it. And yeah, that's about it. See ya. That was my Charlie impersonation. You know the one. Alright, how far are we? I feel like we've made some good progress.
The N64 is very interesting for a lot of reasons, lol.
God, it's... what's crazy is not only is it a very interesting console decision-wise and like hardware-wise, like it is very unique in a lot of aspects, and excuse me, I feel like it was a very, very big learning experience for Nintendo. Like a bit of a trial by fire, if you will. They had to figure a lot of shit out and recover from that. And it took a long time for them to do so as well. Like they still, in a lot of ways, haven't recovered fully from certain flops like that. But, it was a very defining moment. It was also literally the genesis of PlayStation. Without the Nintendo 64, we might not have had the PlayStation to the same degree that we have it today. It's kind of baffling to think about it, but historically speaking,
1. The weird
it is.
controller. 2. Still cartridge-based.
Mm-hmm.
3. Somehow had FMVs. In
Yes.
looking at you, Resident Evil 2, whose port to N64 I am still convinced is some sort of black magic.
Yeah, who knows? It's crazy. I mean, they had to pull all of the tricks out of the bag for the N64. But yeah, just the history alone, like there was so much turmoil from the N64. Probably a lot of people that like lost, years of their life in stress having to try to figure out this monster, you know what I mean? Like and tame it and deal with it to a certain degree. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 more levels. What do you think?
I watched a whole documentary on the RE2 N64 port. And it still confuses me how they ported 2 complete PS1 discs with full FMVs and full audio and full soundtrack to one N64 cartridge.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy amounts of compression. And like probably just a lot of like redoing a lot of the very like fundamental aspects of the game just for it to work properly on the N64 hardware. Like reworking things in the original PlayStation engine so that it would take advantage of the N64 engine, hardware, whatever you want to call it, processor, whatever. No, 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 no. Thank God they didn't break things. Is that just one block of water? Just one block of water.
The way they made the FMVs work, from what I understand, is basically each FMV on the cartridge is a level, and you are literally watching a screen recording of the FMV playing in a completely black void.
Huh. Wow. I mean, I could see it. You know what's crazy? That's how they do it in Fallout. In Fallout New Vegas, when you are watching FMVs, or like the little slideshow things where there's a narrator, you are in a certain room. You're transported into a room in Fallout, and you are in front of a screen, and your perspective is locked, and you're watching the whole thing on like a projector. And what's even crazier is the voices from the narration are tied to actual characters, and they have actual character models.
My favorite Fallout 3 goofy thing is that the metro train is a hat on an NPC, and the NPC is running on a track to give the illusion of a train moving.
Yeah. I mean, it works. It fucking works. It's literally it's literally this. It's game developers coming into these situations where they're like, we have to, oh god. That was almost bad. We want to create an effect, right? But, you know, we've made this engine this certain way, this way that we've made it.
Why make a working train when we can just make it look like a working train, lol?
Well, it's more so like we didn't think about probably making a working train earlier in development, you know, like we've got to this point and we didn't really consider all the mechanics that would go into a train. Or somebody tried to make a train, somebody tried to do it maybe, you know what I mean? And come to find out that it was very clunky and it didn't render properly, and maybe having that separate entity or something was just not going to do it. And they were like, well, we already have this very well established like set of mechanics for the human entities in the game, the NPCs. So like, why don't we just do that? You know, like why don't we just take that same trick? It's quite ingenious. I actually love seeing that kind of shit in video games because it really does show behind the scenes how ingenious these developers are. You know, I mean, like some people might see it as like maybe lazy in some way, but I see it as they're working with what they've got, and they are doing things behind the scenes that they know that the average player is not going to see, and it's kind of fun to kind of think in that term of like, you know, I
see it as overcoming a boundary, lol.
Yeah, they're overcoming a boundary, and they are looking at things from the perspective of what it's going to actually be presented as, like what the game's going to actually look like from our perspective, from the gamer's perspective, how we're going to see things. You know, it's almost like it's a bit of it's kind of a bit of like a carnival ride kind of deal, right? Like that feel of a carnival ride. And I'll explain. You know, on a carnival ride, you don't see behind the scenes. You know, you see, you know, like the flashy pictures up front and like the gimmicks and the lights and everything and the fun little whatever animatronic characters or whatever. But you don't see all the gears and the pumps and the wires and the pistons and everything behind the scenes that make everything work and move and flow. And you know, if you you know, it's the juxtaposition of being on the ride, right? You're on the carnival ride, and you
Circus
see
music playing, come one, come all. Ride the train hat.
yeah, yeah. It's like, you know, when you're playing the game, when you're riding the ride, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous. You see everything, blah blah. But you take one step behind the scenes, and you see everything behind the scenes, and it's like crazy, and it's jarring, and it's weird. I don't know. It's just I don't. It is definitely like it's a very very interesting kind of concept, if you will. I don't know. Like it's like seeing the world. It's like seeing stuff that you shouldn't see, right? It's a very weird feeling of like going behind the scenes in any regard, but especially with the video games too. Like I feel like because it really changes the video game too as well for you. Like I feel like once you open up that can of worms too, you know, and you see what's behind the scenes.
That's any line of business, really. When you see the magic behind the curtain, it hits differently.
Yep. Absolutely. Same with video games. Absolutely the same. Because then you start understanding things about other video games too, and you start seeing, you know, that same, those same differences or those same gimmicks or whatever with other games, and then you can start understanding, you know, like, I don't know. It's like me with with RPGs. Like I got really heavy in RPGs. God, I can't talk. And you know, like it's so funny. You know, I love them. I still love them. I can still play RPGs all the time, and I do, and I probably will continue to do it for a while. But I've played enough to this point where there are so many RPGs with the exact same tropes. Once you've played enough, there's RPGs now that I'll start, and like I won't read any of the tutorials or whatever. Like they'll be like, "Do you want to learn how to use magic? Do you want to learn how to blah 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 blah?" And I just hit no and skip everything. And you know, maybe that's probably not the best, right? And sometimes, you know, I try to listen when I can, but like it really comes down to like once you have done it enough, and once you see behind the scenes, and you know how all these mechanics work and everything, like it really does kind of, unfortunately, it does take away some of the magic. Still not going to stop me from playing RPGs, but
I would love an RPG to have something original in it, like, for example, I have to rescue a princess by collecting gemstones, and each gemstone has control over a different element.
oh yeah, right. Ah, man, how original. That's something that you never see.
Kappa.
Or you know what I would love is an RPG with a giant living tree that like holds all the magic in the world or something that the evil is definitely not going to try to go cut down. It's like, dude, of course the evil is going to go cut down your magic tree. You put all your magic in a giant magic tree.
Oh yes, and the living tree will send us on a quest, and we get a fairy to help us.
Yeah, I mean, there's that too. There's that. You got your Zeldies. You know what's crazy is the living tree aspect. Like, I always thought that was a Zelda trope, right? Like the Deku tree thing. But there are so many RPGs where like there's there's magical trees or whatever. I mean, I think it's just a very big trope in a lot of RPG things, in a lot of fantasy stuff, like, you know, like trees that are old and wise and everything. But definitely in RPGs, like there's like one big tree that holds all the power and everything. I mean, look, it's almost like freaking.
There is a whole race of them in the Tolkien verse, lol.
Well, that too. That too. There's the Ents. I guess it's kind of the same thing. The Ents kind of look over other trees, though. This is like one big giant mother tree. Like the Mana series has it. The Tales series has it. Even fucking what's it called? The James Cameron's Avatar has a fucking mother tree.
Tree Ents are super cool, though I'll stand by that until I die. They're just super dope.
Yeah, I love old tree Ents. They're super dope. I could never.
I mean, to your point though, even the Norse pagans believed in a word tree.
Right. Yeah, I mean.
World.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah, it's just a very big trope. I wonder if that's where it comes from. Because, you know, like, here's the other thing about all these old JRPG script writers, is they were all Tolkien nerds. They all read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. That and Star Wars. They were huge Tolkien. Sorry, stroking out. They were huge Tolkien nerds in Star Wars, and as well as a lot of other stuff. Like they were very fascinated by the world of Western fantasy, if you will. Knights and dragons and witches and warlocks.
J.R.R. Tolkien, Star Wars, and Dune-shaped fantasy, science fantasy forever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Dune. Yep, absolutely. Dune was another big one. That was a lot of the basis for a lot of these old RPGs. You had a lot of them based around, obviously, sci-fi, but then also fantasy. Also, the Tolkien fantasy stuff. And then just as well.
I've never watched or read Dune, but I want to.
It's so good, dude. You would love it. You would love it. It's a beautiful universe. Beautiful, beautiful universe. I don't know. You'll see why people, like, there's some people that are like, oh, it's way better than Lord of the Rings. I'd say it's a good rival. It's a good rival. But yeah, like, what was I gonna say?
I truly think that Star Trek is very science fiction and Star Wars is science fantasy, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. You gotta remember, too, it's funny when people try to compare Star Trek to Star Wars, because they're not even set in the same galaxy, or in the same anything, really. Like, I don't even think the people in Star Wars, like the humans, I don't even think they're technically like humans. Like, I don't know if I guess they're from Earth. I can't remember all the actual lore. I don't even know if they technically have like Earth. I think it's all something completely different. But in Star Wars, it is all canonically from our universe.
They are not from Earth in Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if canonically in Star Wars, well, no, it's a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So I don't even know if, like, the humans, because I know, like, the human races in Star Wars they all originated from the same planet, right? Like, I think all the humans...
Dagobah system.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So all the humans come from the Dagobah system. So yeah, so then the point being that, yeah, in Star Wars, they're not even technically human. I mean, they are and they aren't. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, They pretty much are. Ah, shit. Oh, but that being said, they offer way different things in terms of like the story, at least for me.
Specifically Coruscant.
Right. Are you sure that's where
Is
humans
the original
are
home
from?
planet of humans in Star Wars lore.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was about to say it was something like that. But yeah, so you know, that's what I like about the two. When I'm watching Star Wars, I think you're so right. It's you know, it's the fantasy aspect. It is literally like sci-fi fantasy. And it's a different culture. You know, George Lucas, the whole inspiration for the Force and the Jedi, and like how they look and the lightsaber was all based around well, I guess really samurai, I think. And like actual samurai, not like, you know, the very Hollywood samurai that we all see. You know, samurai with robes and the Force being, you know, stuff like
Heavy influence from Bushido era Japan.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And here's the thing, coming from a Westerner, coming from someone who's American, who doesn't see a lot of traditional Japanese culture, at least, you know, like as a child growing up, you know, being somewhat sheltered, I guess. Not even sheltered, just American, right? You know, like not knowing that I was from Japan, it did seem very, let's just say, foreign. Because it was in the sense
Which
of...
is why the one alien race is very much like stereotypical Chinese, because they were constantly trying to take over Japan, and failing. Lol.
Yeah, there's a lot of like stuff like taken from that, which is very interesting. It is also very kind of like a slice of life kind of deal where, like, you know, it's like an interpretation of the human conflict or whatever, that, you know, but from another lens. Kind of weird. I mean, I still like Star Wars, even if it's maybe not of the best origin, but at the same time too, I think it's also cool that they can, you know, represent some different culture in a different way. All right, it is time to finally get out of here and take all this stuff back. And we got about half an hour until Earl gets home. Until old Earl. The old Earl. Alright. We'll come back for this shit at another junction. I'll keep the gold here because I don't really need it right now, but I'll keep it for later. And then
there is a historical story about Bushido-era Japan, where China sent ships full of invaders to try to tame Japan. And Japan pushed them back like 7 times in a row, and then China was like, "Yeah, know what? You can keep it."
That's so funny. God, it's so easy to get out of here now. Look at this. There we go. Boom. And we're out. That's crazy, man. That's so crazy. And then we gotta figure out some way to kind of enclose. I think what I might do is just end up doing just a fence around all of the quarry as of right now. And then just have the fence line lead over to here. Oh, I see Miner put up. Oh, I think I actually did that for him. That's right. I think I already, you know, for them. Yeah. But yeah, just to fence it all off and then make like a little path to the Miner exchange. That way, you can go back and forth like that. but we'll get there. We will get there. I guess it's time to go to, man, I kind of want to go back to Jacobsville.
I need to get back on the realm and work too eventually.
Yeah, man, you know, just whenever. Just whenever. Just whenever, you just let me know. Or, you don't even have to let me know. But you should do some more work on the village. And hear me out, bro. Just think about this. Consider this. If you ever think about like a certain kind of block that you need, like if you want to do some builds and you need some resources, you just get with me and we will figure out a way to try to get you whatever you need.
Yeah,
you know?
it's on my list. I've been bouncing back and forth between it and my house, so I don't get burnt out, lol.
I know, that's why I'm having to take a break from Mapleton, because I've been putting in a ton of work on that wall in Mapleton. I'm going to take a break from that and go do some work on Jacobsville, because Jacobsville is just about done. And also, like, speaking of Jacobsville, you know what? First, let's go take a quick peek over at East Village. Because I want to say that I'm pretty much done with East Village. Like, I don't really think I have anything else that I want to do. I think there is one minor thing that I want to do here, which is better fence off the area up here at the top, because right now I've just got a fence going here and then it literally just stops back here. There's nothing, and so I think I just need to better fence off this area. But then here, let's just go all the way. Well, I don't need to go all the way up there, so I can just go right here. But yeah. Oh, you know what? Actually, here, I tell you what. Let's go over to here. But I feel like East Village is, I mean, it's basically done now. I mean, it's been done. It's been done for a minute, right? But, like, especially now, you know, like, it's, I don't really have anything else that I want to do here. Obviously, we still have 2 OG houses that I don't have any plans on knocking down. And then this roof, I'm going to keep it wood because it's a shack, and so I figured a wooden shack with a wooden roof is fine. And then we still have plenty of land, honestly. I mean, like, you know, there's still, like, some open space here, and there's some prime real estate on the other side of the road for maybe something. I don't know. There's plenty of room, actually, over on the far side where that,
I want to build a very Aztec temple near the village I am working on.
Dude, you totally should. I have a idea at some point for a very Aztec village entirely. So that would be kind of cool, because that'd be like a cool tie-in. But yeah, really for me, it's been trying to like finish up these villages, which is such a, I mean, you know, what am I going to do when I like finish a village? I don't really think I can ever finish anything in Minecraft, to be honest, because just the very nature of Minecraft for me, it's very fluid, you know, so things change. My building style changes. I'll come back and I'll decide to do something else, or I'll think maybe this is too crowded and I'll change it up. But right now, in all honesty, I'm very happy with how things have turned out. I think like my main gripe would be like my placement of this portal. it being over here instead of kind of maybe over on the farther side. Maybe trying to put another map thing like on that side, put it over here, like right in front of the portal, that when you come out you can see the map of East Village. I think that'd be nice. But other than that, like, I don't know, I feel like it's all been pretty laid out. I've got paths and everything coming out of East Village, as well as there's even a path leading to a bridge that goes up to kind of an area of mines. And so, yeah, I mean, I think East Village is pretty much set in stone at this point. And now we move on to Jacobsville. And Jacobsville has really, really turned itself around. I say itself. I had to do all of the turning around. But, you know, it's come a long way. It's really come a long way. Jacobsville used to be tiny, and it was a very early build for me. And so, oh, you know what? This needs a lightning rod up here. This would be a perfect spot for a lightning rod. But yeah, Jacobsville used to be very tiny. I mean, like, literally, like, 4 buildings. Like, I mean, super small, very small. And there's not much going on. It had, like, a small little dock. Yeah, like I said, like 1, 2, 3, 4 buildings, maybe. I think that was it. I'll have to look at the old. It's crazy. I don't even remember. And then what's funny is Jacobsville used to not even be a village. This is one of the very few. Well, not few. I mean, you know, I think most villages, yeah, I'll say this. I mean, most villages that I have in Minecraft are naturally occurring villages. Like they popped up on their own, and then I've just expanded upon them. Like East Village is in the original site of the village, right? Like there was a village there to begin with. And then I've just built on top of that original village. Same with Cheeseville, same with Copper Island, same with Mapleton. All of these villages, like they all started out as original villages that I put together and then connected with roads and stuff. Jacobsville is one of the few villages that originally was not a village. Originally, Jacobsville was just a site for a originally it was a player base. It was the player base of, you guessed it, Jacob, one of my Earl pals. And Jacob broke the rules, and which part of the rules were oh, you know what? Well, let's not do that actually here. Let's get some cobblestone. But part of the rules were just not hurting the villagers, and not going too far. Like, that was really about it. Like, don't hurt the villagers, and don't, like, go crazy far in the map. Like, we just don't need all, like, these, like, distant parts of the map loaded up, you know, like, unnecessarily expanding the map. So what did Jacob do? He went crazy far in the nether, and he hoarded all of my villagers into, not all of them, but he hoarded like a whole bunch of villagers into a camp. In the ground, mind you, he just had them in the ground. And yeah, I saw that, and I had given him, this was like the, you know, his like 5th chance, right? Like, I had told Jacob multiple times, hey, don't do this, don't do that, please don't do this, blah 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 blah. And he didn't care, and he just kept doing stuff. So I got upset and I banned him. And I said, I don't want you to play on the realm anymore. And I don't know, you know, part of me still feels bad about doing that. You know what I mean? Like I don't like being mean in general. I think it's very stupid. I think it's very I don't like being a mean person at all to anybody. But in that sense, in that you know, to that end, hear me out. Here's the thing that I feel about this whole situation. I pay monthly for this realm, and this is my sandbox. Like, to some degree, this is a lot of just what calms me down. And, you know what I mean? Like, this is just my way to, like, de-stress and to be creative and to share things. You know, like, part of Minecraft for me, too, is the ability to share all this with other people. You know, like, I can just... see, there we go. I can just like connect. I can, you know, like Ham and Miner. They can both jump on the realm, and they can both play, and it's amazing. You know, I love that aspect of Minecraft. We can all play together. It's just great, right? So for someone to come on and onto my realm, right? This is my realm. And I tell them, hey, I you know, just don't do this and that. And then they do this and that. And, you know, like, I've given them opportunities. And I gave him multiple opportunities. And every time, he just kept doing it.
And I can build cool castles on Spire Island, cheeky smiley face.
Exactly. But it's because you asked. And it's because, you know, we agreed on it, you know? Like, made the decision that you can have Spire Island. And you can build there all you want. And I'm happy about that. I'm happy that you have that space to yourself, and that's kind of your part of the map. And so it's like a nice feature that you have, you know, like this influence on the map. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have your mark on the map, in the form of Spire Island, and, you know, in the village as well. And I have a couple other things, and, you know, Miner has their house, and there's even some other, you know, player bases that, you know, they're not using anymore, but they still have it if they want to. And yeah, like, I love that aspect. But man, Jacob had it all wrong, dude. He this whole base, when he first had it, was just like, it wasn't even a base. He basically came out here and he just flattened a lot of this area. Or not flattened it, but he like took a lot of the trees out. I don't even know if it was all like de-treed. But
I think that is more than proof that our realm can be fun and productive and still not break the 3 rules of the realm. 1. Don't destroy, grief other people's things. 2. Be good to villagers. 3. Don't chunk gen and crash the realm.
Right. Also, real quick, hang on. Did he say this weird?
1.
Huh. Was that just me, or did Giles freak out for a split second? Giles had like a vocal thing. I just heard him go like, one. It's like a very alien sounding
He
voice.
definitely said it differently in mine 1.
Yeah, that time he didn't do it. Hang on.
Hi, sorry, I'm back, was eating dinner. This is a sentence. 1.
Never mind. Nope. That was so weird. Giles is making me look crazy now. I swore I heard him like you were saying those things in order, you know, like 1, 2, 3, and when he went to say 1, he went like 1. It was like a very like weird robotic sound. Okay, so okay. While I've got you guys here, Miner and
This is a
Ham,
longer test sentence to prove that Giles has some form of sentience
right?
and could possibly be a member of Skynet. 1. Words test.
He's a member of Skynet. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Confirmed.
Have you seen my restaurant, by the way? This is called Fishy Fridays. That's the name that Earl came up with. It's a seafood chain. And look, they've got a whole kitchen.
Unlucky for you, Giles, this is all catalogued and live to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
We are watching you. Nice restaurant, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I like this one a lot. So speaking of restaurant, El Restaurante. So I want to make another building in Jacobsville, but I'm running out of ideas.
Reminds me more of Captain D's than Long John Silver's.
Yeah, I was thinking very Captain D's-esque, and then I gave it like the old flat top roof. Actually, this is kind of fun. So you have like roof access on the side. Just get right up top. Very nice. But okay, so here. Maybe we'll do something small. How about this? Okay, so we have food. We have a fast food
Y'all
place.
know what would be cool to have somewhere on the realm with a little room? A coliseum or arena.
Yeah, a coliseum would be kind of cool. I could do a coliseum somewhere. That'd be cool. Okay, but let me see. What's your idea about this? So, okay. We have a workstation here. We have butchers that work in here. So I like to think that the butchers basically are like the cooks. So we have villagers that work here in the Fishy Fridays. So we already have stuff that happen. Like we already have like, you know, they're working away. I have a like a blacksmith hut over here basically. Like a smithery or whatever you want to call it. And then this is cool. There's actually a secret tunnel that goes that way. And then it comes up all the way over to here. But so we have these two buildings. You know, these are kind of workshops. Oh Lord. Ah. And then it leads me into this other spot. So this is actually...
You need a cobbler shop.
A cobbler. Like peach or blackberry? Or apple?
Shoe person.
A shoe person.
Apple.
Apple. I will say peach cobbler is definitely one of my favorites. Monsters.
I
Where?
like all cobblers, especially with ice cream smiley face.
Where is this supposed monster? Oh, I think he was stuck. Okay. Yes, cobblers with ice cream are amazing. I mean, maybe I could actually do something. The thing is, like, I want to do. Well, I mean, I could do. I don't know. That'd actually be kind of cute to have a shoe store here. I could maybe make that work, actually.
Also a potion seller shop.
I already have that. See, that's what this guy is. Oh, look. He has a customer. Oh, the librarian next door. But yeah, see, I have a little potion shop here. We have some potions, and we have this dude back here, and he has a little setup to brew potions, and he has ingredients already and everything, so... Oh, there he is. Here's this guy.
Very nice.
Thank you. And then look, we even have a bookstore. We have a little bookstore here. Here's the guy that owns the bookstore. And so this is kind of cool. I like this idea. This is my little strip mall, you know? So it's 3 separate businesses. And they're all just in the same little thing. I just don't have a third. I don't have this last one. A shoe store would be fun, though. I could do the same thing I did basically with the potions. But I could do like basically shelves and do shoe racks. That'd be kind of cool. Do like shoe racks. I could do shoe racks along like one side and do his little counter or something over here. And maybe like some benches or something so you can try on the shoes. And then they need names. See, that's the next thing is I'm going to have to start naming this stuff. You know what else that I've thought about? Honestly? Here's an endeavor. Now, if you've made it to the end of this stream, number 1, you're the real one. You're amazing, and I love you. And here's something to think about. So stick this little tidbit in your brain. Let it soak in some of them brain juices. We've got roads going everywhere, right? Like this road. This road goes all the way back to Cheeseville, and it actually goes through Cheeseville, and connects up to another road somewhere, and then it comes all the way to here, and then ends. Now, these are just roads right now. I mean, these are all like actual roads, and then we have some paths. The paths, I don't think I need to worry about them as much right now, but the roads, I've been kind of thinking about naming them. So what if we named the roads? Now, I think the only thing about that is going to be the structure of the roads is not very ideal for naming sometimes. Like some of these roads, like, I don't know. I think this would technically have to be like a circle. So this could be like Portal Circle or whatever, you know? But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun as fuck to have actual road signs and road names in Minecraft. And then go as far as to have, you know, like signs on the buildings and stuff too. And maybe even have like fucking like mailbox numbers or something. I don't know. It'd be kind of, you know, fun. But then, you know, this could be a road right here. This could be like Yellow Street, because there's yellow apartments right here. I don't know. And then this, oh, you just spawned right there. Hello, happy birthday. But this could be, you know, like, where do you live, Mr. Villager? Oh, I live at 1 Yellow Street in Jacobsville. And then he could have a full-on address, you know? And I work at the Fishy Fridays. That's on, what was it? What would this be? Portal Circle. 1 Portal Circle.
Doxing villages, yes, yes.
Doxing villagers. Well, I think it'd be fun because then, like, you know, here's the other thing is, here's another, oh, look, he's going to work. He's going to work at Fishy Fridays. Here. Yes, sir. Oh, hang on. I can't see him from here. I'll sit over here on this. Yes, sir. Yeah, can I get a 2-piece fish? Yeah, 2-piece fish with the hash browns and a side of green beans. You don't have hash browns? Well, what do you have? Okay, I'll take French fries then. Okay, French fries. What do you got? Like tartar sauce? I'll take tartar sauce. And the popcorn shrimp. And like some of the special sauce. Yeah, the special the special fry sauce. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay, cool. 25 minutes? Okay, 25 minutes, whatever. Fuck that. I don't have time for I'm almost done with the stream anyway. We can't wait 25 minutes. Can you believe that? I thought this was supposed to be fast food. Who put this thing here? Who's managing this business? What the hell? I'm going to write a complaint to the owner. But okay, so enough rambling, enough of my stupid antics. Here's another like pipe dream of mine. Consider this. What if he named each and every villager? I want to give them all names. To be honest, too, hear me out.
Oh no.
Now, my only
Too many name, bro.
I know. It's a lot of names, but it'd be so fucking great. And I want to name them like, I just want them to be like, you know, I just want to be able to go down the road and be like, "What's up, Paul? Hey, what's up, Nancy?" You know, just like run by a villager and like be like, "Hi, Simone. How are you doing today?" You know? Like, and they don't even have to have like full names. Like, they don't have to be like, you know, Bob Smith the Third or whatever. I mean, I guess you could if you really wanted to. But like, I just want like, this guy's name is gonna be Todd, and your name is Monica, and your name is Igor. Dimitri. I don't know. I just want to name all these villagers. You look like a
Channel point redeem idea. Get a villager named after you.
Oh my god, yes. Holy shit, bro. You're so right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's your choice. Miner, I'm taking that idea. I am taking that idea right out from underneath your nose. Thank you so much. That's an excellent idea. Thank you. I will definitely have to do that. Speaking of which,
Glad to help saluting face.
you know what, too? If you, or Ham, ever wanted to name villagers, I would say don't even hesitate. Don't even, like, you don't have to come to me. If I run up to a random villager and he has a name already, I'm not going to be mad. You can always rename villagers, too. It's not a big deal. But I would just love to see more, personalization, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. You can name away. And then if you want me to name any of them, like if you have a name in mind, you guys just let me know. And the only limitation is I gotta find more name tags. I think you can you craft name tags now? Is that a thing? Is that a thing now? I don't think it's a thing. But yeah, if it was, we'll figure it out. But, well, that being said, we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up here. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I might come back tomorrow. I might. Tomorrow we're gonna be hanging out with some family. Not like family, but like it's family. Not like nothing serious. It's Earl's sister and her cousin. Or possibly, I don't know. We'll see who comes over. But we're gonna hang out a little bit with family and do some stuff. I might stream. I don't know. Maybe. Chances are probably not, because I'm gonna spend some time with Earl, and obviously the fam, and probably also try to enjoy myself playing some Wii games. Yeah, I was playing Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube with my modded Wii, which has been pretty fun. And I have my GameCube controller still, so I can just plug it up because I have that kind of Wii, and it works just fine. So I've been playing some RPGs, keep myself busy, keep myself entertained, and yeah, I still plan on coming back for more Chibi Robo, more Emerald Dragon, and don't think that I forgot about the Nuzlocke. I'm still doing the Nuzlocke. There's been a slight complication to that. It will be coming back very soon. But also just kind of burnout. It's going to be a minute before I do another Nuzlocke, I think, after I finally finish this one up. And if anything, you might see me actually just play through like a Pokemon game or something before I actually go back in for a Nuzlocke again, because I think I just want to enjoy some vanilla games, especially if I haven't played it before. I don't think I want to Nuzlocke any of the other generations until I actually play them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But either way, I'll be back. I'll probably be back Monday, but maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Either way, just keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears on you. Yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you so much, Ham, for being here today, as well as Miner. And then thank you so much, Ham, for the resub in the last stream. Ham has resubbed for 14 months. So big old congrats to him, and big old thanks, T-Boy Ham. And thank you as well, Miner, for what was it? Your 45 stream streak.
No laughing face.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. But yeah, 45 stream streak is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Thank you for your time and entertaining streams.
Anytime. I'm happy to be here. And yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back for some more Minecraft whenever I get to it. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to actually get through some of these games, some of these other games. that have an end and things. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. I'm gonna leave you here. Take care. Have a good one. Oh, that's the wrong mouse. And see you in the next one. Bye. I love you all. You're the best. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Bye.